time is 3 o'clock. This is Emirate Radio 98.5 FM. Here is the Emirate News Hour with Omotolani Dari. First, the highlights. AGF slams fresh charges against Professor Ozekome over alleged bid to falsely claim UK property. Statewide environmental sanitation exercise holds Saturday, February 28th. Super Falcons camp in Yaoundé ahead of Cameroon friendlies. And now the news in details. The Attorney General of the Federation has filed fresh 12-count criminal charges against constitutional lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Agbedo Abu Ozekome, over an alleged conspiracy to fraudulently claim ownership of a property in London using forged documents and a fictitious identity. The charges filed by the Director of Public Prosecution of the Federation at the Federal Capital Territory High Court accused Ozekome and one Ponfa Hussaini, also known as Tali Shani, of conspiring to forge a Nigerian international passport, impersonate a non-existent individual, and execute false powers of attorney to support claims to a property located at 79 Rundle Avenue, London, United Kingdom. According to the prosecution, the alleged scheme involved the use of a fake Nigerian passport and forged correspondence purportedly issued by the Nigerian Immigration Service, as well as the execution of an irrevocable power of attorney with a fictitious person to facilitate control and rental income from the property. Ozekome is also accused of having custody of the London property and €18,000 in rental proceeds, reasonably suspected to have been unlawfully obtained. The property is alleged to have been originally acquired through a fictitious name linked to the late General Jeremiah Hussaini, while Ponfa Hussaini is separately accused of impersonation and cheating by personation. The offences span alleged acts between 2020 and 2025. The fresh charges were instituted less than 24 hours after the AGF withdrew earlier charges against Ozekome filed by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. The case has yet to be assigned to a judge for arraignment. On the home front, the Emir of Ilori and Chairman Kwara State Traditional Rulers Council, Mai Martaba Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Zulugambari CFR, has rejoiced with the Olupo of Ajaseiku, Oba Barrister Ismail Yahaya Alebius I, on his birthday. The Emir stated this in a goodwill message issued today by his press secretary, Dr. Abdulaziz Arowono. Alhaji Sulugambari commended the dedication of Oba Alebius, who is also the Chancellor of Kwara State University of Education, Kwaswe, to the growth and development of the ancient town of Ajaseiku and Kwara State at large in the areas of commerce, educational growth, cultural heritage, peaceful coexistence, and religious harmony in his domain and beyond. He also extended the compliments and goodwill messages of the entire members of the Kwara State Traditional Rulers Council to the celebrant and prayed Almighty Allah to continue comforting His Royal Majesty, Oba Barrister Ismail Yahaya Alebius I, in all his endeavors. Alhaji Sulugambari also called on the people of Ajaseiku, government and people of Kwara State to continue to support the monarch in a bid to achieve more development for his community. Moving on, the Kwara State government has announced that the monthly statewide environmental sanitation exercise for the month of February will come up on Saturday, 28 February 2026, between the hours of 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the morning. This was contained in a press release issued today from the Office of the State Commissioner for Environment, Ajia Nafisat Musa Bouge. The statement added that there will be no human and vehicular movement between these hours, warning that anyone caught flouting the government order will be taken to the nearest mobile courts for prosecution, with relevant fines and penalties to serve as deterrent. It therefore enjoined residents to utilize the opportunity to clean up their homes, business premises, drainages, and remove any identified sources of health nuisance or hazard to sustain a clean and safe environment in the state. The statement further stressed the importance of environmental cleanliness and hygiene in this holy month of Ramadan and Lent season, maintaining that cleanliness is next to godliness. In the light of this, according to the statement, residents were charged to prioritize their well-being by cleaning up their surroundings to avoid epidemics, as provision had been made for waste collection trucks to evacuate refuse in the metropolis, and while environmental health officers Wole Wole, task force team, and security agents would be on ground to ensure compliance with sanitation laws and guidelines. You're listening to the Emirate News Hour from Emirate Radio, Ilorin. Welcome back. Operatives of the Department of State Services today arrested a sixth suspect, Sunny Yusuf, over the June 5, 2022 attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, Ondo State, which left more than 40 worshippers dead and many others injured. A development security sources say underscores intensified efforts to dismantle terror networks. Yusuf, described as a high-profile commander of the Islamic State West African Province, was apprehended in Ugosa community, Ovia North local government area of Edo State, after years on the run, having briefly relocated to Kano following the massacre. Authorities said he has confessed to participating in the planning and execution of the Owo attack and was linked to other violent operations, including the July 2022 Suleja military barracks assault, the Zuma Rock checkpoint attack that killed 5 soldiers, and several kidnappings in Kaduna and neighboring areas. The arrest comes as 5 other suspects are already standing trial in Abuja on terrorism charges, while the DSS continues to track the movement of insurgent cells into certain forests and peri-urban communities to prevent the establishment of new operational bases. From the sport room, Nigeria's Super Falcons have settled in camp in Yaoundé ahead of a 2-match friendly series against the indomitable Lionesses. Foreign-based players are expected to join the squad today. The first friendly will be played on Saturday, with the second encounter scheduled for next Tuesday, both in Yaoundé. That will be all on Emirate News Hour. Here again are the main highlights. AGF slams fresh charges against Professor Ozekome over alleged bid to falsely claim UK property. Statewide environmental sanitation exercise holds Saturday, February 28th. Super Falcons camp in Yaoundé ahead of Cameroon friendlies. The Emirate News Hour was compiled and edited by Taufiko Bello and brought to you by Omotolani Dare. For updates and interactions, follow us on all our social media platforms at Emirate Radio 98.5 or visit our website at www.emirateradio.ng. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.